like debating between actually putting this video and waiting until I actually get my shit together, clean my turtle's tank, and wash my hair and take a shower. But like, I'm just so happy now, and I feel like if I do that, I'm gonna be unhappy and then be like my normal ass self, and I don't want to be my normal ass self. So like, but for real though, I really need to clean my turtle's tank and wash my hair. My hair has not been washed in a fucking while, and it's greasy and disgusting. Like, and just like grossness. It's so funny though, this morning I like put my hair up in a ponytail because I was like, it looks disgusting, I need to put it up. I didn't make it look much better, but it helped slightly. And so I did that. But then my friend was like, you know, you have a piece like hanging down, right? And I was just like, and she was like, was it intentional? Like, why do you have a piece hanging down? I was just like, no, I did not intentionally make myself have a mullet, thank you very much. And she started laughing, was like, oh. And I was like, yeah. And then so I put my hair down because I was just like kind of embarrassed that I had a mullet. Oh god, just, disgusting. Okay, but like, so that was first period, and then second period I had math, which was typical math. Nothing new happened. Oh, but math was actually fun though, because math had like, it had like real shit. Like, you know, like we're like practicing for the midterms, and I'm so happy because the stuff that we're actually learning is like my favorite. It's like simple math, but it's like math that you have to work out and see every single like part of every problem so that you can like do it properly. And I'm just like, yes, I love it so much. Like, it's so simple, but it's just so easy, and I just like love working everything out, and like so much less complicated than that bullshit that we had to do before. And I'm just so happy. Oh my god. And if you hear cars, I'm sorry. It's just that I really need to change my turtle's tank, and it smells like bad. Which I'm irritated because like you're only supposed to clean it once a week, but I think I'm gonna have to clean my turtle's tank twice a week because it's smaller. But this weekend I'm going there shopping with a friend and her family, and like we're gonna go looking at the tanks, and then yeah, buying tanks. So like, when the tank is bigger, it'll probably smell less. And plus, I'm gonna feed my turtle outside of the fucking tank because I am not like dealing with this shit. Like, it's too much. Like, goddamn, like this is ridiculous. Like, are you kidding me right now? Like, it's 1 week, and the tank is like disgustingly cloudy and like smells, and it's only been 1 week. It's like ridiculous. Like, excuse you, what the fuck did I do? I didn't do anything. It's just the tank is hella tiny. So that I'm happy about my math and second period because like it's easy for me. And then third period, I had environmental science as usual, and it was environmental science. Like, there's nothing much to do with. I took a quiz in there, which I was pretty confident with. I'm pretty sure I did okay, and I'm happy because my grade is a D+ in that class. So hopefully by midterms I'll have a C. And then my English class, I got awesome news. I was so happy. Like, we did this is really fun to do. This looks cool. But god, way to look like an evil mastermind, Angela. Can you not move your hands for like 5 fucking seconds? Goddamn. Okay. That just looks weird. No, stop. Okay. But like, in 4th period English, I found out that the reason my grade was so bad was that I had a summative that I didn't do. and she said that I should have a good grade in that class, but I had a D because I didn't do my summative, which was weird because when I was taking the summative, I remembered the questions and I remembered doing the summative, but maybe I just like forgot to turn it in or something because it didn't pop up and she didn't have it, so I had to retake it, which was everything I knew already, so it's probably fine. And so yeah, like once the summative is in, I'll probably have like a B or a C, so that will be good, and my grades will be finally okay. Because I have this really bad habit of self-criticizing and, like, not blaming others and instead blaming myself a lot. And, I mean, it's gotten substantially better than how it used to be. It used to be awful. Like, god awful. Now I'm much better, but, like, especially with authority figures, I'm, like, very hush-hush and not very, like, I don't like speaking up. Which I'm working on, and less self-criticism and less blaming myself, and so that's what I was doing with my class that was bad. I was with English, I was just like, you know what, no, the teacher didn't make a mistake, it's your fault, Angela, you're the one who's stupid, like, you're the one who's dumb, you're the one who's not putting in enough work, you're the one who's not doing this, you're the one who's not doing that, and that's why your grade is so bad, okay? You're at fault here. It's not the teacher. It's nothing else. Like, it's just you. You need to work harder. Blah, 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 blah. And so I was just, like, self-criticizing myself and, like, hating myself over it. And that was a really weird eye twitch. And, so, like, that's why I didn't, like, talk about my grade. Because, like, at first I wondered and stressed over it. And then finally I just, like, came to, like, this stupid-ass conclusion that it was my fault and I just needed to work harder. Which was false. And if she never talked to me, my grade probably would have been a D by the time class was done. Because if you don't turn in a summative, that's, like, 50% of your grade. Like, so I would never have gotten my grade up if she hadn't talked to me about my summative not being turned in. And I was just like, oh, so it wasn't my fault. And I need to wake up. I just need to find the balance, because sometimes I, like, stand up for myself too much and, like, get offended at everything, and I'm just like, no, like, stop. Like, for example, I'm a lot like this with my peers. For example, I got annoyed and almost ripped through this girl who I'm acquaintances with and I'm not really friends with. There's, like, this group at my school who's, like, the sophomore group, and they're just kind of, like, I've always been interested in being friends with them and, like, sort of fit in, but didn't really fit in that much, so I just kind of didn't really want to, like, fit in and want to try to fit in. Because, like, they're the kind of group that's, like, you have to try to fit in. And they're like, a lot of them are, like, gay, transgender, bisexual, like, they're very liberal. And I just was always like, I could be there. I could be, like, and a lot of my friends are, like, part of that group, but, like, I never, like, fully, like, I have, like, one or two friends part of that group that, like, I'm close to, but then, like, I've never, like, fully gone into the group and just been like, hello there. So, and I never really wanted to, because they're just, like, I just feel like they're, like, out of my league as friendship, and just, like, I feel like if I was friends with them, I would be, like, that awkward person who's out of the loop and always trying to catch up and, like, desperate for attention or whatever, which I don't want to be like that. So I never really wanted to be in their friend group. And she was the girl who I was talking about earlier. She's part of that friend group. And so we were doing, like, a class discussion in 4th period, and it was, like, on why America was quiet and, like, hush-hush and, like, indifferent towards the Holocaust, and, like, the whole world was. And I said that it was because we were a relatively new country, and, like, the reason we were so indifferent and trying to be indifferent was, like, we were scared and we didn't, like, want to start, like, a bigger war and, like, get involved because, like, we were afraid that, like, since we were so new. And would you shut the fuck up? God damn. Like, I swear, these drivers need to fucking chill. Like, we get it, you can drive fast. Like, congratulations. Like, it's not like anyone else can do that. It's not like you could, like, crash into a pole and fucking die because you're going too fast. Like, no fucking way. Like, why am I talking to no one? Okay, I just need help. I really need help. Okay, but anyways, so this girl was part of that group, and we're talking about why America wasn't different, and I was just kind of like, America's indifferent because we were relatively a new country. I mean, we kind of just established and had our first world war in the Revolutionary War. That was like our first war, and that was like our war for independence, and that was like the 1800s, and this was like a few centuries later, and we still hadn't had an actual like war. We were having like a small little mini battle with Mexico. Wasn't that big of a deal. And we had like the Native American thing, but that wasn't like really like a big scale like out of our country war yet. And so, and plus our economy was still kind of new. We were just kind of a new-ish country, like especially compared to Europe. Like Europe is like the big shit. Like they were the big dogs. They've been around for fucking a while. Like, you know, Europe, like all of that, like it's been around for a while. So we were kind of like nervous, and we were kind of like, I don't know if we want to like be involved with that because we're new people. We're like, we don't want to like start conflict and like end up like having our economy crash. Plus, a lot of the citizens in America at that time were like immigrants, and we were like new people, and we were like afraid of war because we'd been through war in our own countries, and like they'd gone to America and were just like to be free of that like battle and stuff. And so they were like worried about like, the government was worried about getting involved because they were worried about their own citizens fighting against them and like all of that. And so that's what I was saying. But then she was like, her little smart ass was like, but I'm pretty sure America wasn't established in the 1900s. And I was just like, I was about to be like, bitch, that wasn't what I fucking said. But then some other girl was like really sweet and like was like little piece like calming everyone down kind of, because I was about to like rip through her. But she was like, you know what, she was like, hey, I also had that as a thing. So like, and that's not what she was saying, and she clarified for her. And so the girl was just kind of like, okay. And then she like rolled her eyes and was just kind of like pouting, and I was just like, I have to be the bigger person here. I'm gonna be quiet. But like, I was not happy with her. Yeah, I was just annoyed with her. She's just like, really, you want to fucking have attitude? Like, bitch, we're having a debate. This isn't for you to have like your little hormonal like, oh my god, but I think this. Like, no. I'm fucking kill you. Not really. I don't fucking kill anyone. Just putting that out there. I don't kill people. Like, we're fine. We're fine. Huh. Also, all day today, I have been like high-key, like happy and excited and like all about that life, and like everything about me has been like elevated, and there's like everything, every emotion, every feeling has just been like way up there, just like high to the fucking sky. Like Jesus can hear me from here. Like, holy shit. I forgot that about periods, because I only get my period like once every like 3 or 4 months. Like, it's very erratic and like weird, and like I don't fucking know why. I've had my period since like 12, and I'm almost 17 now. Well, I mean 3 months from 17, whatever. But like, it's always been erratic and just like weird. And so like, I sometimes forget how my period is, and my period doesn't last long. It's only like 3 days. But the first, well, technically it's like more than that for me, because before I start bleeding, sorry, this is about to be like graphic for like people who watch it, but like, fuck, no one's gonna watch it. So like, why the fuck am I caring? Okay, but what the fuck was that noise? Okay, but like, before I start actually bleeding on my period, like weeks beforehand, I can tell, because I get antsy and like irritated, and like I start to get cramps, but then they go away, and like I start to like, I don't know, like get headaches a little bit too, and then like grouchy. I'm just like more grouchy, more like irritated, more like questioning and negative and pessimistic weeks before I actually start bleeding. And then the day when I first start bleeding, I'm like, Miss, like, I fucking hate the world. Like, the world can go die. Like, I fucking hate it. Like, blah, 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 blah. And then the day after, sometimes even a couple days after, I'm just like, Miss Happy Side. Like, happy, Miss Sensitive, Miss... I'm Miss Sunshine. I'm happy about everything. I'm acting like I'm fucking high. I'm like, the world is the best place ever. Like, aliens who? Like, we're the center of the world. Like, we're amazing. I'm amazing. Everything's amazing. Blah, 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 blah. You get the point. I act like everything's fucking rainbows and unicorns. And, that's how I'm acting. Oh, it's a bit much. But then I also noticed I'm very sensitive, too. So, like, I feel like any, like, mean comment towards me, I feel like I could, like, start bawling my eyes out. And then also, like, I get angered very easily. But I'm also, like, 10 seconds later, I'm just like, oh my god, this sky is blue. Like, woo! Like, it's like, oh my god, it's just a lot. Like, a lot. And then just like, what? And then it ends like 3 to 4 days later. Like, my period, like, weeks before, I'm like Miss Pessimistic. And then like the day of, I'm like, I hate the world. And the day after, I'm like, I love the world. And then like the next day, my period slows down. And I'm just like normal me. And then after that, it completely stops. But then sometimes it'll like start back up again for like a couple days, and then it'll go away again. And it just like, usually though, my period officially starts around like, and like starts and stops like around like, it's about like, I don't know if I'm making sense right now, but like, usually my period is about like, from when it starts bleeding to it ends bleeding, it's like 2 to 3 days. Sometimes more, sometimes less. It's never been less. But like, actually there was this one time. It was so weird. Like, my period just like randomly came, like normal. And it lasted 1 day. And then it went away. And I was just like, what the fuck? And then the next day during class, it started over again. And I was just like, what the fuck is this? Like, holy shit. Like, it was fucking embarrassing. And then like, and it was bad too because like, Honey didn't have pads. And this is where I learned to bring pads every day in my backpack because I forgot them. And it just randomly started in class. And did I mention I was wearing gray, I think it was, or some light color where you could easily see anything that bled through. And I was just like, holy shit. Shiitake mushrooms. Like, holy shit, like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. And I was just like, sped off to the bathroom and was like, shiitake mushrooms, I'm gonna die, like, holy shit. And then I decided to go to the office and be like, hi, I need pads. And like, this was elementary school and they were like, we don't have pads. And I was just like, okay, well, what do you have? And they were like, panty liners? And I was just like, panty liners. Okay, sure. And so I wore panty liners that day. Let me say, they don't fucking work very well as you can expect. They're like so narrow and thin. They're like, they don't even last like fucking 10 minutes. 10 to 15 minutes, they're done. And you're just like, fuck me. And like, so I had to go to the bathroom like constantly all fucking day. Like, elementary school sucked. I hated that. Like, especially when you first start, like, it's just like, what? And then there was like the weird thing where my mom was like, oh my god, you're a girl now. And I'm just like, I mean, you're a woman now. And I'm just like, what the fuck does that even mean? Like, what the fuck? Like, how does me starting my menstrual cycle define if I'm a woman or not? Like, excuse you? Okay, whatever. And then like, yeah, I discovered I hated tampons. Like, first of all, couldn't figure out how to put it in the first time. Then the second time I tried them, like, uncomfortableness. Like, holy shit. Like, what the fuck? And then, like, after that, I was just like, no, I'm not comfortable putting any kind of, like, fucking thing in my body. Like, nothing that's not supposed to be there is not supposed to be there. I'm not gonna put it in there. Like, we good. Yeah, I was just like, what? What the? Um, yeah, and then, like, let's not even mention the leakage. Like, having your period is just so, like, terrifying, because, like, every time you move and every time, like, you do anything, like, you can slowly feel it trickle out. And sometimes it's fast and sometimes it's slow, and you're just like, huh, okay, that happened. Like, okay, normal thing. But, like, especially when you first start, you're just, like, so terrified. You're just like, I'm leaking. I can feel it leaking. I'm like, oh my god, it's leaking. But then it's not leaking, and you're just, like, being paranoid, and you're like, fuck me. And then just like, ugh. And let's not even mention the stains. Like, oh my god, they're so hard to get out. And just, like, so tedious, and you just, like, have to wash, and you have to wash it in cold water, and just, like, it's gross, and it smells, and it's just, like, ugh. Anytime you go to the bathroom, pull your pants down, even if it's just to take a piss, you're just like, that smells. Like, holy shit, that smells. Like, ew. Why does it smell like fish? Like, and then, like, sort of like rust. And it's just, like, a weird ass, like, combination of just, like, fish and, like, other stuff. And you're just like, what? Ew. Like, it's disgusting. Like, I fucking hate periods. Like, they just need to go kill them. Like, oh my god. Like, ugh. Hate them. Hate periods so much. Like, also, this is not really relevant, but I just have to put it out there to... Okay, I know I'm an atheist, and I'm like, I said I respect other people's religion, but at the same time, I kind of just want to convince people to, like, believe in yourself more than believe in another entity, but, like, whatever. But, like, okay, so you know how supposedly we have periods because Eden, or whatever the fuck her name is, Eve, ate the apple? Well, how do you explain other animals having periods then, if it was just Eden that ate the apple? I mean, Eve. Fuck, I can't even get the thing right. I can't even get the garden and the girl right. Oh my god. Just, a who? A who? Horton, here's a who? Who? A who? A who? Sorry, excuse me, I'm a fucking pathetic mess. But, like, how do you explain that if dogs and other animals have periods too? Like, I mean, not all animals have periods, but, like, a lot of animals have periods. And you're just kind of like, oh, really? If it was just Eden, and us having periods is, like, a consequence and, like, a punishment of that, then how do you explain dogs having periods? Like, explain it to me, please. Like, I'm waiting for the facts to roll in. Oh, right, there's none. But, like, you believe what you want to believe. I'm not judging. Okay, well, I'm kind of judging because I'm an atheist and just, like, don't believe in that shit. But, like, this is just me. And I respect people who, like, can believe in that. Like, totally have faith in everything. And, like, just, like, and I get the necessity to depend on something when, like, you're just feeling so alone and you just, like, need something to hold on to. And I get that. I really do. But, like, to me, it's just hard to get to fully believe in that. I'm just like the realist in me. It's just like, no way. There are two things. And I never really believed ever when I was a kid either in, like, the whole definite good and evil thing. Just, like, it just never clicked for me. Never. Like, people make mistakes. That doesn't mean they're fully condemned. Like, fuck you. And then also when I found out my sexuality, I was just kind of like, yeah, this is not for me. Bye! Bye-bye! Yeah. But also I learned that like, for some reason, there's, like, this thing where, like, people, like, go through, like, phases and they're trying to, like, learn different languages. And a lot of those languages are, like, dying languages. So, like, we went through, like, phase where we kind of want to learn Latin, or, like, other people kind of want to learn Greek, or like Roman, and then now it's like Amharic, which is like apparently what Jesus spoke like back in the day, and I'm just kind of like, he didn't speak Hebrew. Like, are you what? I'm like, this is what? Like, my mind is just kind of blown over here. Like, okay, first of all, I mean, I get, like, it's kind of cool learning, like, old languages from the past, but, like, to want to learn that as, like, a soul language is just kind of, like, it's a dead language, okay? Like, I mean, it's interesting to know and, like, learn, especially, like, if you want to read, like, ancient texts and stuff, but, like, especially if, like, you're a historian or a linguistic person, but, like, if you're just, like, a normal-ass human and you're just, like, are never gonna use it in, like, your life, like, what's the point of learning it? Like, if you're gonna learn another language, learn something beneficial, like Spanish or, like, French. I don't know, like other languages that are like still used and like good languages, I guess, that like are used around the world, or like good languages that are like if you want to like travel somewhere, or like you want to like live somewhere, or like you have family somewhere, or like you want to do business somewhere, like because businessmen like kind of need to know another language, because like especially if you're a successful business and like you're a CEO or whatever, and like you need to travel, like you need to learn the languages. So like hot to it. But like I don't know if I'm even making sense right now. Oh, the turtle is so cute. Oh, everything is pretty. Also, I had Sweet Caroline stuck in my head all day, but it was just like, Sweet Caroline, ba ba ba, da 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 da. And I couldn't remember the rest of the lyrics, but then I listened to it when I was walking home, and I literally felt like skipping and dancing and like, Sweet Caroline, ba ba ba, da 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 da. Like, and I was like, literally, like everything looks so vibrant and pretty to me, and I was just like, wait, I'm acting like I'm high. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, the second stage of your period. You're welcome. Oh, hello, elbow cracking. But yeah, I guess it shouldn't be that ungrateful, because this is the happiest I've been in fucking like a long ass time. So I should be happy, and I am happy, because like that's just what's going through my brain, and like maybe it's endorphins that just released the second day of my period. I don't fucking no. I just like cracked a knuckle, like harshly. Like when you're not expecting it, like it just hurts. But like when you're expecting it, it's just kind of like like a comforting thing that you do when you're bored. I don't know, but like, what the fuck? Yeah, that's it. I don't get anything else to say because I have no other life. You're welcome. Also, need to clean my cage enclosure. Tank. Okay, but I have to clean the tank first, and then I have to take a shower, and then like take a nap because I'm tired, and like also I'm hungry. Also, when I'm on my period, I am hungrier than fucking Goliath monster. I don't fucking know. Goliath, isn't he from the Bible? I haven't said the word Bible in forever. Bible. It's an interesting word, isn't it? Okay, I need to shut up. But like, oh, what was I thinking? Oh my god, that was weird. Okay. Also, when I'm hum, I just like look like I have duck lips because I hum like this. I'm like, who hums like that? Like this, what? Um, but like, English. I'm always hungry on my period. Like it's a thing. Like I'm always hungry. Like always. Like doesn't matter what I eat. Like I'm always hungry, and I'm always picky too, because I'm like, for example, I was like hungry all day, and I was like really, 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 really hungry, and I was looking forward to lunch so much, and then I took one bite of my lunch, and I was like, this is nasty, I'm done, and then I didn't want to eat it, and then I threw it away, and I was just like, but I'm so hungry, and I'm so picky though. I just want to eat an entire piece of pizza. Like, I mean, an entire box of pizza. And, like, along with that, like, a bunch of cake. And just, like, I want chocolate. And I just need lots of fast food. And just, like, substance. And just, like, so much food. I just needed so much. Like, please. Like, I need chocolate. I need. Has someone invented chocolate pizza before? Like, seriously? Like, it needs to be an invention if it isn't already. Because, like, goddamn, that would be beautiful. Oh, my God. Obviously not pepperoni and chocolate. But, like, chocolate and just like cinnamon dough and just like, oh my God, I'm fucking hungry. I want food. I want food so much. I'm sorry. Just ignore me. Just ignore me. Sorry. Bye.